Why, hello! Today we will be discussing The Dark Knight Rises, and I will be bringing it to you, the people. Coming up for you guys next. Yeah, that's my Bane impression in this movie, people, if you guys didn't know. So The Dark Knight Rises is a 2012 film, and it was directed by Christopher Nolan once again, and it stars Christian Bale as Batman and as Bruce Wayne, and you also have some newcomers like Tom Hardy as Bane and Anne Hathaway as Catwoman, and you have all the returning characters. You got Gary Oldman as Commissioner Gordon. You have Michael Caine as Alfred. Lucius Fox, he's played by Morgan Freeman once again. And this story definitely has a lot of elements to it. But I'll give you the quick rundown, which is basically after the events of The Dark Knight. The Dent Act is now in effect, which basically put all of the criminals into jails, and Gotham is a better place. At least to the people of Gotham, because Bruce Wayne is pretty much a shut-in, so Batman is no more. And even Commissioner Gordon is really just reluctant about this new Dent Act, and he wants people to know the truth about Harvey Dent, but he knows that he can't tell people, and it is eating him alive. And if you couldn't tell just by that, this is going to be a somber movie, folks. Even more somber than the last two. That is because Bane is in town, and Bane is played by Tom Hardy, and he has devised a convoluted-ass plot that basically will turn Gotham into his own version of what he thinks it should be like, and I will definitely get into it, but that is some convoluted ass shit right there. So in 2012, there were two movies that I couldn't wait for. You had Avengers, and then you had The Dark Knight Rises. And I was looking forward to Avengers a little more just because of the fact that I felt like there was no way, and I mean no way, that you could top The Dark Knight. I mean, just the hype around The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises, you felt the difference with The Dark Knight Rises. In the matter of fact, for a while there, I forgot the release date just because of the fact that I just knew that it wasn't that same thing, and I had to temper my expectations. And even with those tempered expectations, I was right. This isn't as good, but it's still definitely, it's fine. It's serviceable. And I will just say that this plot that has to do with Bane taking over Gotham is absolutely just soup to nuts, convoluted. And I just can't get away from it. And it doesn't make that much sense. I won't go into spoilers with it just because that's not what I do on YouTube unless I specifically state it ahead of time. But I will just say that it has to do with abducting a doctor on a plane in a scene that is, I know, supposed to be like the opening scene in The Dark Knight. Everybody likes that bank heist scene, and I do too. I like this as well, but at the same point in time, it definitely feels like we gotta recreate that for something. And then, it has to do with him taking over the stock market. All of this is supposed to be making social statements about the 1% and all of that stuff. And I know that. I know. But on top of that, I just feel like these social statements and the way that this movie is so convoluted with Bane's plot, it doesn't gel together. And I feel like that's the worst part of this movie, and yeah. Another thing that I'm not sure that I dislike or like about it, I just feel like it's odd, is, when you're dealing with the third part of a trilogy, I definitely come with an expectation, and that is finality. I want this to have some kind of ending that I find satisfying. So when you start out with Bruce Wayne being this shut-in, and you have Bane in the movie, you know that at one point in time, Bane is gonna just break the bat, like break him over his knee, just because that's what Bane did. But at the same point in time, what I didn't expect was just the whole deconstruction of what Batman and what Batman is. This movie definitely wants to have a say in that and really spend some time with that. I feel like this movie, we barely get to see Batman. And then, when we do get to see Batman, where are his toys? Where are his toys? I don't know, because this is a stripped down Batman. Almost like it is intentional. And I just feel like if this wasn't the last movie in the trilogy, then you could do that. But here, now, you have to pull out all the stops. You have to give me some kind of like, wow, this is an awesome finality. And no, I don't feel like it's here. Even the end, I won't spoil it for people, but literally it's just Bane and Batman fisticuff style. No gadgets whatsoever. And I just feel like, wow, man, I don't know why Batman doesn't have his toys. Where are his toys? With that being said, I will just say that there is some things that I definitely like here. The top one is Anne Hathaway's Catwoman. I feel like she is amazing in this movie, and I want to see her in more roles like this. She is cunning, and yet she shows significant dramatic range. There is a scene in this movie in a bar where she is trying to trick some guy into giving her some material, and I feel like her range in acting goes from I'm in control to I'm scared to I'm in control back again in just so many different ways, and so that she doesn't ever let us in on whether she is in control of the situation or not until that end. I just feel like that scene alone, it proves that she can handle this kind of material. Along with the fact that Christian Bale as Bruce Wayne and as Batman has always been good. I feel like he's been getting more and more comfortable in the role. He is definitely at his best here, even though I don't feel like he's given the best Batman or Bruce Wayne role here. And Gary Oldman, you know what? He's really great in the movie, but number one, I feel like he should know that Bruce Wayne is Batman by now, and the fact that he doesn't makes him come across as some kind of a idiot, Hey, I haven't seen Bruce Wayne in a long time. Hey, I haven't seen Batman in that same amount of time either. But yet, when he finally figures it out at the end of this movie, it's like this aha moment, like, Bruce, what? Idiot. So, guys, this movie is a real mixed bag, and I feel like it is just a movie that I've kind of had to make peace with inside myself. If I was reviewing this the first time that I saw it, I would definitely be giving it a lower rating. But now, with time and seeing it about a handful of times since it's come out, I have grown to kind of respect just the daring quality that is this movie, and I've started to just respect the fact that it dares to go to the places that it goes. Along with that, there is a great performance by Joseph Gordon-Levitt here, and I feel like he is kind of a third wheel, but I do like him. And, you know, when you add all of this mixed bag together, I just come up with a 7 out of 10. You know, it's not that bad. You definitely will have a worse Friday night than if you didn't finish this series. But at the same point in time, you know, it's not as good as the other two. So, guys, I do have to get into Silence of the Lambs. That Criterion Blu-ray, I just got an email today saying it was on the way, so I will definitely be reviewing that for you guys, and I do have to review the Blu-ray of The Dark Knight, along with getting into The Prestige, because that is my next film in the Christopher Nolan Collection. Comment below if you are excited about all of the stuff that I have in store for you guys, and subscribe so you know when those videos come out. And as always, guys, thank you for watching my videos. You guys are great, and I will see all of you next time.